Welcome. Hello, everybody. Let's see. Audio level's good. How's everybody doing? Happy Wednesday. Great to see everybody here. Let me know if, okay, Frederick's on it. Thank you, sir. Looks and sounds great. Good. I was a little worried about that. I was kind of rushing to get here and make this happen today. So I'm glad we got everything set up. Great to see everybody today. How y'all doing? I hope you're having a good week so far. Mine has been really good, busy, trying to do a little bit of catch up, if you can't tell. But yeah, let's see. Today we have some smart home stuff to talk about. As usual, if you're new here or this is your first live stream, welcome. And if you're returning, welcome as well. So good to see everybody. Thank y'all for hanging out. We'll chill for the next hour or so, cover a few smart home things that were in the news, and of course answer as many questions and all that good stuff as we possibly can in the next hour. I did put links and stuff like that in the description. I'm going to try to do that more on some of the stuff we'll talk about and any relevant links and stuff that will help you guys out. So let's say hi to some folks real quick and then we'll get started. Let's see who we got in the house. Frederick, already saw you here. Thank you again for helping moderate and making sure we sound good and all that good stuff. Let's see, Lone Star Trent. What's going on, Lone Star Trent? How you doing today? Graham from the UK. What's up, Graham? How you doing today? Let's see. We got Dawn is in the house from Oregon. Hey, Dawn, how's it going? Eric, Wednesday, 10 p.m. in the Netherlands. Wow, all the way from the Netherlands. Thank you. Oh, and I should mention too, if any of you guys saw the stream, yeah, I was up till about 1 a.m. or probably a little later, but about 1 a.m. I think I scheduled this stream. I meant to do it earlier. Forgot I scheduled it. I actually scheduled it for 4 a.m. and I saw a couple people commented, tried to get on the stream at 4 a.m. Well, I was asleep by 4 a.m. So if you were one of those, I apologize. We straightened it out this morning though. Eric from South Carolina. What's going on, Eric? Even though we got that Clemson Tiger paw, we're still glad you're here, buddy. Thank you. And also a member. So thank you, Eric. Always awesome to have fellow South Carolinians around here. I spent some time down in Charleston this weekend. I went to see my grandpa, so that was fun. I actually took the new Aqara light strip to my grandpa, and I had set him already up with some smart home stuff, pretty basic, but some of the mostly Aqara stuff. And so I had an extra light strip, and he had a new TV that I actually helped him put on his wall last time I was in Charleston. So I was like, this would be perfect for his TV. He had a big old TV. We mounted it up on a big old blank wall. So this would be perfect to put behind his TV. So we took that there. My wife and I went down to Charleston for the weekend actually, and kind of hung out a little bit and hooked him up with a light strip. So I made some scenes that he can kind of play with. In HomeKit, a Christmas scene, 4th of July, like red, white, and blue. Of course, he loved that and stuff like that. So that was pretty cool. Let's see. Just moved from Charleston to North Carolina. Okay, very cool. I spent a lot of time in North Carolina as well. Wonder where in North Carolina you are. I lived in the Fayetteville area for many years, off and on, growing up. Yeah, that was a long time ago, but off and on many years growing up. Military brat, of course. So a lot of you in North Carolina probably know. Brian, what's going on, Brian? How you doing? Brian is in the car. Awesome. Well, be careful driving. Glad you could join us here and hopefully just listening while you're in your car. Manuel, how you doing? Tell Apple to update the Airport Extreme firmware to see HomeKit can add. Okay, I'll get him on the phone right away. I'm just kidding. I wish I had it like that. That would be nice. We got Lars from Denmark. What's going on, Lars? How's it going? Dan is here. Smart Home Solo. What's up, Smart Home Solo? Larry. Awesome, man. Well, thank you guys so much for joining. I see we do have, looks like okay, there we go. Thank you guys for hanging out as always. And I see we got a lot of channel members here. You guys are awesome, and I do appreciate y'all so much. for supporting the channel as a member. Of course, we have the member Discord server. If you're not in that and you are a member, definitely go check that out. Great place to post questions, share, your HomeKit smart home setup and all that good stuff. And I did pin a comment up top where you can hit the join button down below if you want more information on becoming a member. But yeah, with that said, let's jump in. Jeff West, yeah, another South Carolina. That's right. All right. Should we run a book on how many times the word thread is mentioned this week? Well, Mark, I would love to not mention thread this week. Thread has been a nightmare for me. If you joined last week during last week's live stream, you may recall I have been having some thread issues. Well, those issues are still ongoing. Again, I took a little break. I left the house completely for the weekend. I couldn't take it anymore. But I came back to continuing thread issues. My thread network is doing some really wonky stuff. I have been on the phone a few times with Apple support and trying to work through these issues and figure out what might be the root cause of it. So we'll try not to harp on my thread issues too much today, but they are still ongoing. So once I figure out what the solution is or what the cause is, maybe I'll definitely keep you guys posted. Let's see. First time I've managed to watch live. Awesome. Well, Phil, I'm so glad you could make it here live. It's great to have you. I need to renew my channel membership. Had to pause it. Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, we are here, Smart Home Solo, whenever you're ready, buddy. And again, I appreciate the support. I know you were a member for a long time. Let's see here. We got... and I will say today, let's do this. If you guys have questions, I'm going to keep the chat just kind of ongoing, and we've kind of tried some different things in the past if you joined during past live streams. But let's do this. If you have a question, I can't guarantee I'll answer every question. I'll try my best to keep up in the chat and kind of keep up with you guys in the chat. But if you have a question for me directly, do me a favor and just preface your question with the word question, maybe even put it in all caps. I don't know, that's up to you, but that will kind of stick out to me, hopefully. And I will try to address as many questions as I can. And don't spam the chat. Sorry, I'm struggling a little bit today to talk. Don't spam the chat with your question over and over. But I will try my best to get to those. Garrett says, question, Shane, is your network set up so that everything gets IPv6 addresses? Yes, it is. Thank you. That is a good comment for thread issues. But yes, I have tweaked and looked at my IPv6 settings and adjusted things. I've tried pretty much everything. Even Apple, I think, is a little stumped at this point. So something weird is definitely going on. Hoping to get to the bottom of it without having to just start from scratch. Because, I have a lot of smart home products and I would probably need a whole day to just go cry somewhere if I had to start my smart home over from scratch in HomeKit. Colt just joined. Thank you, Colt, for becoming a new member. I do appreciate the support so much. Oh, let's hit the confetti button. Sorry, my finger slipped there a little bit. Thank you for the support and becoming a channel member. Again, join us over in the Discord server. Would love to have you over there. We also do member monthly Zoom calls once a month, the first Wednesday of every month. So that's a lot of fun to all you members if you weren't aware of that. Let's see. Question, have you heard of anyone else having issues with Somfy shades using Bond Bridge? I'm not sure if it's an iOS beta issue, but in Home app, they act all crazy. Smart Home Solo, I don't really know too many people off the top of my head that use these. I'm sure there's some. I don't know if anybody in the chat uses the Somfy shades and the Bond Bridge with HomeKit. If so, let us know, but I don't know of too many people who use that. Real quick, let's go ahead and jump to a couple things I saw in the news, wanted to discuss and cover. First up, I will mention, again, I try to put some links down in the description this time if it's something we're going to cover, but Let's see if I hit the right button here. First of all, Smart Wings, they're roller shades that support Matter. You can now buy these with the Matter motor in them. And I did a video about what was it, like 2 weeks ago, I want to say. I should have put a link to that. I don't know if I put a link to that down below or not, but it's one of my most recent videos. I did a whole video about these. They're really nice. I had a good experience with them overall. Excuse me, check out that video if you're interested, but let's see if we click on one of these. You should be able to, they're fully customizable, but yeah, here we go. So you can now get these with the Matter motor. I try to say that a bunch of times fast. But yeah, you can get this now with those. Of course, they do sell the traditional, and this does support Thread. So Matter or HomeKit, either one of these will work over Thread, which is really awesome. Not so awesome for me lately with my Thread issues, but in general, that's a good thing. You can also get Z-Wave motors. I mean, they make a lot of options. So I wanted to bring that up because when I initially made that video or released it about 2 weeks ago, you still couldn't get the Matter motor on their website yet, but they are available now. So that's good news. Silverhammer Surveillance, what's going on, George? How you doing today? I was actually just finally got around to watching your latest smart home tour. Silverhammer Surveillance, go check him out on YouTube. Guys, if you haven't already, does some really good smart home stuff, smart home tours and things like that. Just watched that last one. Was that last night I was watching that? Last night or today, recently. But yeah, good stuff over there. I hope you're having a good week so far, George. I think you're traveling. Aren't you traveling is that this week? Are you traveling right now also? Lawrence, happy Matter Wednesday. Lawrence, all right, all about the Matter. Yeah, we got some new Matter roller shades available now, so you guys can go check those out. And while we're speaking of Matter, let's see, there was also this I noticed in the past week or so. I think this was since our wrong button. Since our last live stream, you can now get the Leviton Decor. I think this is the first outdoor smart plug that supports Matter. So this is available now, $54. Not terrible. This kind of reminds me of the look of the Lutron Caseta outdoor plug. Of course, that one requires a bridge and different, but the look of it is pretty similar with the kind of little pigtails there on this thing. So we have a Matter outdoor smart plug, and actually Leviton has a number of products that support Matter now. So these might be worth checking out if you're into the Matter stuff. The scene controller switch. This is one that I have not gotten yet. I don't think this supports this. I don't know. You can probably upgrade this to Matter. I wonder if it says on here. I think all their stuff is upgradable to Matter now, but it does support Apple Home. I've been wanting to kind of try this one out. I've heard some good things about it. Cool little smart home switch. One will be wired and the rest you can kind of configure to, different scenes and stuff like that. Lawrence says, I hate Matter. Keep buying stuff to test out and play with and running out of things to plug in. Got some of the Onvis thread plugs and not sure what to do with them. Oh, well, yeah, I've got a Onvis thread plug as well. I've actually been pretty happy with that. Onvis has been so hit or miss as a brand for me personally, for whatever reason. Some of their products I just absolutely cannot stand and cannot recommend at all, while other ones have been very good and I've liked a lot. So very hit or miss. The smart plug, the new Matter thread smart plug by Onvis, so far seems to be good for me for the price. Not bad. I'd still probably give it to Eve Energy for my favorite, but for the price, not a bad option if you're looking for Matter and thread. HomeKit finally joined live. Hey everybody. All right. Wow. Almost 30 degrees. So nice weather there in some parts of France today. We've got 110. Ooh, that's hot. Today's actually pretty nice. It's hit or miss here too when it comes to weather. It was so hot yesterday. Today's was actually been really nice. Not too humid. Why do you think Apple doesn't allow HomePods and HomePod Minis as surround sound system? I'm not sure why they don't. I mean, it's probably super tricky to set up true surround sound all through software like that. I don't know, but it would be nice if one day, maybe they update the software and we could. Sorry, I had some something pop up on my computer. I'd love to see an update to that. Maybe use two big ones as the front speakers and a couple of HomePod minis in the back for like true surround sound. That'd be nice, but I don't know why. I'm sure there's some technical reasons. Bruce, what's going on, Bruce? I have two Ghost no response Aqara contact sensors in Apple Home. I cannot find them in the Aqara app. How can I remove them from Apple Home? That's going to be a tricky one, Bruce, because as you know, Aqara sensors, assuming they're, the Zigbee sensors, are exposed to HomeKit through a bridge. So you can't just remove it from the Home app. So I don't know off the top of my head. You're going to have to probably figure out where it's coming from in the Aqara app somehow. One thing you can check, maybe you've done this already, but go into the sensor in the Home app and then like in the settings of the sensor and see the bridge and see what bridge it's connected to. Maybe that'll give you some clue. Maybe there's a ghost bridge somewhere that you don't know about in your Home app that you can remove. That's probably where I would start. Let's see. Did want to mention also, let's see, do I have the link up here? A couple other things we can jump into real quick. And we'll get to some more questions. I saw this come out recently, so I did put a link to this. Brilliant. I know George was in the chat and was just watching his studio tour, and he's a big fan of the Brilliant Home stuff. Well, they now have a plug-in version of their little, switch control panel type of deal. So this one is a plug-in. So let's see if we look here. So this new one, so the traditional ones that they have, replace existing light switches. They now have one that you can plug in. So that is this one. So this is a new device, different colors here. Not cheap. I have not used the Brilliant switches myself, but I know some people that really love them. They're very expensive. I'm not sure if they're worth the cost or not. Again, because I haven't used them. But if anybody has, feel free to let us know in the comments what you think. And really cool that they have this plug-in version. That's pretty interesting to me. I like that. That's nice. That gives you some more flexibility if you are into that. Let's see. Oh, there you go, Frederick. Thank you, Frederick. That's a good suggestion too. Do a factory reset. Of the sensor itself. Question, did you hear about the new Eve Cam? Paul, I did. Let me see if I can pull that up since you mentioned it. I did read about that. I think that was like real early stuff. I don't think it was anything officially announced, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see if we can find that. Where did I see that? I don't have that pulled up. I think... Let's see, that's not it. Might have been, I think I might know where I saw that. What do you think about a new Eve Cam? Are you guys, yeah, okay. So, yep, yeah, as I thought I saw this here. So HomeKit News, shout out HomeKit News here. They posted 2nd gen Eve Cam discovered in FCC filing. So again, this is kind of something that was discovered. It says a new generation of the HomeKit serving is now being announced. So this is again found new entry to the FCC filing for a next generation Eve cam. Let's see if they say anything else. Very little information is known. So this could still be quite a while before, no official pictures yet. So this could be quite a while before we see anything here. But yeah, that's it. What you guys think? Or is anybody interested in new Eve cam? It is one of my favorite cameras for indoors, the existing one. Not because it's like the greatest camera in the world, but just because of Eve's stance on privacy. I really like where they are with privacy. Perhaps Eve will show this camera at the IFA Berlin, and Eve is and was a German company. Yeah, I was thinking that maybe. When is that? I know that's coming up pretty soon, but yeah, that's very possible. So IFA Berlin, big smart home, well, not smart home, big tech conference in Berlin each year. That is coming up soon. So there could certainly be some, new smart home product announcements and things like that coming up, through that event. Question, have you played around with iOS 17's HomeKit? I've noticed both Siri and HomeKit's reliability has gone crazy. I have not. I've been staying away from the betas as much as possible. I'm having enough issues with my smart home as it is. That's why I stay away from beta as much as possible when I can, because I don't need another possible issue, and being able to weed out, just being betas as the source of the issue is nice for me. So I have not tested this. I've actually heard quite the opposite from you. So Brendan says that the HomeKit reliability has gone crazy, which sounds to be not good. I've actually heard people say the opposite, those that I know who have been testing it. So I don't know, but hopefully it is not gone crazy, and it will be better for most people. I've heard some pretty good things about the HomePods and reliability and stuff like that through HomeKit. So, okay, 1 through 5 September. Thank you for sharing that. So yeah, that's right around the corner. Very cool. Maybe we'll see some new product announcements and stuff. That would be nice. Seems like my integration of HomeKit. Sorry, I'm having some little pop-ups here. I'm gonna have to read from over here. Okay, question. Seems like my integration of HomeKit through joins to SmartThings stopped working last week. Aqara Hub works just fine. I have rebooted all devices, ordered Habitat Hub to replace SmartThings. So I'm not sure what the question is. That seems like a statement. Thank you for that. I don't know the question. Seems like my integration of HomeKit through SmartThings. So I'm not really sure how you have that integrated. If you're talking about HomeKit through SmartThings, stopped working last week. Unless you're using maybe like Homebridge or something. Aqara works just fine. Yeah, I'm not really sure how to answer that one there. Alexis says, I've been running developer betas on all HomeKit devices. It's been emotional, to say the least. I'm sorry to hear that. Yes, betas can be emotional sometimes. Question, I heard from people that the route that you used is having trouble with the same. I'm not sure what you mean by that, John. Let me see if I missed. I feel like I missed a question up here. Oh yeah, Frederick. Okay. Brilliant comment. Thank you for that. I like the brilliant, but not worth the money. It skews too much towards Alexa, in my opinion. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah, I definitely kind of got that impression. I felt like that's one reason why I haven't jumped in with the brilliant. Personally, it does have HomeKit integration. It came later. It was great to see that, but I don't think the integration was appealing enough for me. to make it really worth the money. So that kind of stands in line with what I was kind of thinking about that. So thank you for sharing that. Question: I have Ring intercom. I've seen that you can get the camera in via Who's, but do you know if that works with the intercom? I don't know off the top of my head, Phil. I'd have to look into that. You just need to do some research on the plugin probably, unless somebody here knows the answer to that. I have not, I'm not sure on the latest there if that plugin supports the intercom or not, but it should be pretty easy to find out. Just go do a search for the plugin page, and hopefully you can get the answer to that. Something else I did find too, I thought this was pretty interesting. I don't really care personally because I don't have a Tesla, but if you do have a Tesla, Teslas now support Siri shortcuts. So that is pretty awesome. I wish I could control my car or my truck via Siri shortcuts, but you know, I can't. But if you have a Tesla, you now can. So this is pretty awesome. You can do all this stuff now through Siri shortcuts if you have a Tesla. I mean, I know there's probably some Tesla drivers in the chat. I always hear how I need to go electric and stuff like that. I haven't done it yet, but that should be appealing for Apple Home and automation fans if you have a Tesla. Any of you guys have a Tesla and have used the Siri shortcut integration yet? While you guys respond to that question, did you have or hear of any battery issues with the Aqara U100 smart lock? It kept dying on us within a week, but might be fixed now with firmware update, hoping. I have not heard of that issue. I haven't had that issue myself, of course. If you've seen the video, I've not had any issues with mine. I have replaced the batteries on mine once so far since getting it, and I got mine a little bit before it was officially available. And yeah, I think one battery replacement so far, so not too bad for me. Yeah, no CarPlay, unfortunately, so that's a bummer. I still don't have CarPlay either. I need to fix that ASAP. Tesla integration works great. Awesome, Alex. Nice. So we got Alex is using the Tesla Siri shortcuts. I bet you could do some pretty cool stuff with that. Let's see, I think there was another. Okay, no, that was the big stuff there. Oh yeah, that's right. I think there's going to be some news coming from SwitchBot as well very soon, so excited about that. I wish I could go. I think somebody asked me earlier in the stream when we were talking about places I've lived and stuff like that, growing up, moving around, military brat. And I think I saw a comment where somebody asked me about Europe. I did actually live in Europe. I lived in Germany for probably about 3 years, maybe 3.5 years, but I was really little, so I don't remember most of it. We moved over there when I was like 1 year old and moved back probably by the time I was 5, we were moving back to the States. So I was really young when I lived over there, but I have lived there for a while, a short time. All right, and like I said, guys, if you do have a question specifically for me, do me a favor and preface that with the word question, and I'm going to try my best to get to all those best I can. And I see a lot of you guys are doing that already, so I appreciate that. That way I can stay in the live chat. And Green Arrow says anyone's U100 brick randomly happened 4 times since getting it. Last time I was locked out. Ooh, that's not good. I had to get the lock drilled by a locksmith. Ooh. Yeah, definitely keep that key with you guys. No matter what smart lock you have, always good to have a physical key accessible when when you're using those smart locks, just in case. I haven't had to use mine actually, but you never know. Question for a follow-up for the U100. Michael says, could there be a Bluetooth issue or something in my home causing device battery to drain faster, or a way to diagnose Bluetooth or Wi-Fi issues? Well, the U100 doesn't use Wi-Fi, so that shouldn't be an issue. But I don't know of any way that your battery could be draining that fast because of Bluetooth or anything like that. I mean, definitely run that up to Aqara support if you haven't already and see if what they say. But I can't think of any reason why your batteries would drain that fast for a smart lock. Yeah, that doesn't make much sense. Maybe they'll send you a new one. Maybe it's just, I don't know, maybe you got a bad lock or something. Question, the chat's flying through on me. Would you like to attend an Apple event sometimes? I would love to attend an Apple event one day, Paul. That would be pretty cool. I have never done that. Frederick says Aqara recently released a firmware update for the U100 that addresses the issue. So there you go. Hopefully that will solve it. Question, have you seen the SwitchBot Curtain 3 yet? Yes, I have, and that's pretty cool. So I saw some articles mention that. I was going to mention it today, but I don't think it's officially available yet, so probably should be pretty soon. So stay tuned, and we'll definitely cover that a little bit more. The SwitchBot Curtain has been a rock solid device in my opinion. It's I'd say probably one of SwitchBot's flagship products. My biggest complaint, I actually did a comparison video a while ago, like at least a year back, maybe longer. And my really one of my only complaints with the SwitchBot was that it didn't support Apple Home, and now it does, thanks to Matter and the SwitchBot Hub 2. So yeah, I think that's awesome. And I think theirs has been out longer than any of the other Curtain bots. So that Curtain 3 is probably going to be pretty solid. Let's see, try to get to some of these questions here. Have you heard the smart door Home Depot is offering? Not HomeKit friendly, but I've seen the smart door. I think somebody covered that recently. I can't remember where I saw that. Was that maybe on The Verge or something? At CES, I feel like that was the same door. I don't know if it was the same one, but I saw something very similar at CES earlier in January. I don't know if it's the same one or not, but it's a cool concept. I don't know. It's kind of expensive. I think it's very niche. I don't think a lot of people are going to be replacing their front door to have smart capability, but it's pretty cool. I mean, let's see if we can find it. Yeah, I think you're right. I think it is available at Home Depot now, isn't it? Let's see. Where did I see that? Here's an article, I think. And the article says, world's first smart door now available at Home Depot, but you probably can't afford it. So there you have it. $4,000. Yep, I think that is, I'm almost certain that's the same one that I saw back at CES. Yep, and it has a Yale Smart Lock built into it. So kind of the benefit there, I was hoping to see some pictures here, but Not really seeing any. But yeah, it kind of has like I guess the real benefit there is it has the power kind of routed through the door and stuff already, so you don't have to run wires and stuff. I think it had a lock and probably a camera integrated into it, maybe a doorbell. Question, do we expect any new hardware at the iPhone event beyond iPhones and watches? You know, Mark, I'm not the best person to ask this. Those who have been following me for a while probably know that I don't get too wrapped up in the rumor mill, so I honestly don't know, if there's any, reliable rumors. Is that a thing out there? Once we get real close to it, I'll start watching some videos and stuff on it. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know of any smart home stuff. I haven't heard of anything. That's probably what would really pique my interest. I mean, there's always rumors, so I don't really focus too much on them. But I have not heard of anything. But again, I really haven't been seeking that out personally. So if anybody, Lawrence says earbuds 2.0. So yeah, I'm sure some of you guys have probably heard of some rumors and things that should be coming, but I'll really start paying attention right when we get close to the event. I'm kind of old fashioned, I guess. Call me old fashioned, but I love to just, remember the days when you could watch an Apple event and you just get so excited and you actually are surprised when they show you something new. Those days are kind of long gone, unfortunately, but I still like those. I like to be a little surprised, but unfortunately, it doesn't really happen these days. Question, Gordon has a question here. What can you use to reset an Apple TV from a remote location if HomeKit is down? Well, if your whole HomeKit is down, I mean, I guess what you would want to do is maybe use some sort of smart plug that also, maybe you can access. So this is assuming that you're having issues with HomeKit and not like your network or anything else. But if it's a HomeKit issue and you need to just reset your HomeKit hub, which that shouldn't be happening, frequently. So if that's happening, you may have some other issues. But if that is the case, then maybe maybe a Wi-Fi smart plug where you can access that smart plug in also a manufacturer's app. And not just in HomeKit, so that if HomeKit goes down, you can still pull up like the manufacturer's app. There's a number of them out there. Like I know SwitchBot has one, a Wi-Fi smart plug that also supports HomeKit. But there's a number of them. That might be the best route for something like that. John says, what are you going to do for Halloween lights? Oh, I'm excited this year for Halloween lights and Christmas and really every holiday this year because I've got those the permanent outdoor lights by Govee now. And I did a video on that a little while, probably 4 or 5 months ago. I was actually just showing somebody the other day at work this video because we're talking about outdoor lights and doing some outdoor stuff around the back porch and things. And I was showing them these, and I just love them. I can't wait. So I'll definitely have my Halloween lights doing some crazy stuff for Halloween with those Govee permanent outdoor lights. I also have some of their outdoor spotlights. Those don't support HomeKit natively, but there's a really good Govee Homebridge plugin that can bring them all into HomeKit. So I have like scenes and stuff set up to do like different effects, and I'll definitely integrate some of that stuff in with my Halloween setup. But yeah, it's going to be mostly those Govee outdoor lights, and then I may add a few extra little spotlights or something like that out there. But that's what I'll be doing for my Halloween lighting. They've got some really cool effects, so I'm excited about that one. Sorry, my chat box is acting a little weird on me. Keeps jumping around. Are you using your Nanoleaf 40 thingy regularly? I'm really not using anything too regularly at this moment because I've had such issues with my thread network in the past 2 weeks. Actually, since right around the time I released that video, I actually was using it back here last night a little bit. I had the TV on for a while. But my smart home setup has been just a mess, and I've actually been unplugging all of my HomeKit hubs, so I've got a lot of stuff no response, and in fact I've unplugged a lot of that, which includes the Nanoleaf 40, just because like my shapes and lines and stuff are also thread border routers. They're all plugged in kind of over there together, so my stuff's been a little out of whack. So I have not been using it regularly, but that's just because of other issues, not because of the 4D itself. Garrett says, I also avoid rumors, inevitably overpromise what is actually going to happen, and then the event is disappointing because it does not live up to the rumors that people made up. I'm right there with you. Couldn't have said it better myself. I just, I understand it's a business. A lot of these, websites and creators or whoever, people, it's a business to kind of make videos and make blog posts and articles about rumors and things like that. But personally, I just don't pay it much attention. That's just me. And yeah, you get all overhyped about something because maybe they do say something that you're, excited about specifically, and then it doesn't happen. I mean, how many times have we seen that? I've seen that many times, and I don't like, I call it expectation management when it comes to the Apple events. I hear all the time about the rumors and what we're hoping for. Expectation management is very important when it comes to Apple events. Expect little, and that way, if they over-deliver, we will have a good day. Oh man, Eric, thank you for the super chat. $10 super chat. Thank you so much, Eric. I appreciate that. Eric says, I have problems scrolling back in recordings from Wemo doorbell, watching events as seems sketchy and missing parts. Do you believe it's due to Wemo or the way of home handles recordings? Personally, my first inclination is to say it's probably HomeKit. It certainly can be the camera. Don't get me wrong, it can be the camera. I think that's actually one of the reasons why I switched back and went. There's a few reasons why, but I went back to the Logitech Circle View doorbell at my house from Wemo. I used the Wemo before that for a while, and I do remember a number of missed recordings over time, but there were some other things too. And the video quality and stuff was just better on the Circle View. I do miss that wide angle, I will say that, with the Logitech. I actually had a package come today to my front door. I heard the doorbell ring. I pulled up my camera because I couldn't get to the door at the time, and I noticed there was nothing there. And then I checked another camera, and there was a package, and I missed it because I couldn't see it from the Logitech Circle View. Anyway, sorry, I got off track there. It very well could be the camera, but I say that, but also know that I have seen this with other HomeKit cameras as well. I have had missed recordings also with the Logitech Circle View, so it certainly could be a home thing, or it could be the camera too. I really don't know the answer to that. I tend to think that certain cameras are better than others in terms of recording all the action, but HomeKit sometimes misses recordings. I don't know. Does anybody else have a similar experience? Just had a $1,000 use claim with FedEx for damage and missing 10 seconds. Very expensive. Oh no. Very expensive 10 seconds. Oh man, that's terrible. 1,000 USD. Yeah, okay. That's rough. I'm sorry to hear that, Eric. Yeah, what I've done at my house, and I know probably not everybody can do this, but one of the reasons why I did switch back to the Circle View I see less with that camera because the lens is not as wide, but it has better camera quality, which I like. Even though I miss certain things, I do have another camera that basically sees my entire front porch is kind of like up in the corner. So I can always kind of fall back on that other camera. So, it may be something worth considering, especially if you're having some issues like that. Maybe consider a second camera at a different angle for kind of a fallback. What I did with mine, I ran my PoE cameras all around the house. So I've got a perimeter of PoE cameras basically every side of my house I can see. And what I like about that, first of all, I have them integrated into HomeKit. As you may know, I did a video about this a while ago, so you guys might have seen it, but they're integrated into HomeKit through scripted, so I can still access and see everything in the HomeKit. Actually, a HomeKit secure video recording still works, so I can look at my recordings in HomeKit. But in the event that HomeKit is just acting wonky or whatever the case, missed recordings, I always have 24/7 locally stored recordings through that through the PoE NVR system as a fallback. So might be worth checking out. So Larry says, I have the same experiences with my G4 video doorbell. And Eric says with Aqara and continued to be recording better. One thing about the Aqara stuff that you can do, a lot of the Aqara cameras, is that you can record 24/7 on there on some of those through an SD card. So in addition to what I just said, which is kind of like the extreme version, running PoE cameras and stuff everywhere, not everybody can do that, I understand. You may want to look at possibly getting a camera that can record 24/7. So if you have a Wemo set up, that means you have wiring to the camera. So you can get the Aqara doorbell camera and use an SD card and do 24/7 recording on there as an option. So that would be a good backup if you're having those kinds of issues without having to do anything crazy. Definitely might be another thing to consider there. I kind of forgot about that. So there are certain HomeKit cameras, mostly indoor ones, that support 24/7 recording through an SD card or something like that. Do you have any recommendations for the best overall HomeKit HomeKit garage door controller for a non-smart garage door system? I'm a fan of the Maris smart garage door opener. So I've been using this one for a while, and I'm not going to say it's been I'm not going to say that it's been perfect the entire time, but it's been pretty solid. It actually here, I'll drop a link to this. This is an affiliate link. Maris garage door opener. This is the one that I'm using. David says +1 for Maris, working great for me also. Michael says Maris for the win. So we've got a few people here vouching for the Maris. Mark says my garage door is about 250 feet away from where I live. I live in a condo. In a condo, I guess. Any way to get Wi-Fi out to the garage easily. I don't know about easily, but you'll definitely need Wi-Fi to get something like the Maris garage door opener out there. I mean, that's just going to depend on probably on your condo. I mean, there are actually outdoor Wi-Fi access points. Some brands make them, like I know Netgear, Orbi has an outdoor access point. So you could technically get, if you got power, get an access point out there at your garage probably, if it can connect still to, 250 feet is pretty far. So I'm not sure how that would work, but that might be something to look into. Question: do you think more TVs will support Matter in 24? I think we're going to see more Matter stuff all around in 2024 next year. We've seen more and more come out this year. It's been a pretty big year, to be honest. If you know, as far as smart home and Matter products, we've been seeing Matter, pop up and really kind of take over the smart home conversation at like CES the last couple of years. But this year we've really been seeing products delivered a lot, I'd say. So I think next year that trend is just going to continue. Hopefully Matter continues to get better. I do think we'll see more Matter supported TVs. I don't know of any TVs right now that work as an actual accessory. I think they work, there's one or two that support Matter. I think they support Matter as a controller device, if I'm not mistaken. So we'll have to kind of keep an eye out on that and look at the Matter spec and see as it changes. Hopefully we'll get some new accessory devices coming out in the next rollout of that. I'm hoping maybe this fall. Cameras one day, maybe. I don't know. I doubt cameras will be this year, but maybe robot vacuums would be awesome. I'm looking forward to that. I know a lot of HomeKit fans probably are as well. Dennis has a question. Have you experienced lately that your group devices are no longer being controlled as a single device? For the last 5 days, I've seen it only control one of the group devices. I have not seen that. Let's see. I wonder if I have any that I can test here in the studio that are grouped. Let's see. I can test one real quick. It's going to get bright in here. I just opened up my shades a little bit. I've got 2 shades over here that are grouped together in the Home app, and they're still working together. So for me, I haven't seen that. Maybe you've tried already, but maybe you can remove the group or ungroup them and then kind of reset it up and see if that helps. Maybe restart HomeKit hubs and things like that. But I have not noticed that. I wish that my queue would update to Matter or do something else with it because I purchased a new garage door opener only to find out it no longer works with Apple Home. Yeah, that would be nice, Larry, if they supported Matter or updated their stuff to support Matter. I kind of doubt it. I feel like MyQ is trying to get people into their own, they're kind of doing their own ecosystem kind of thing, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know a lot about that, but I remember reading something about that. So I'd be kind of surprised if that's the case, if they rolled out, if they did support Matter. I was trying to pull that up. I'm not 100% sure on that. Let's see. Yeah, so they have like a smart lock now, it looks like. I think they have like some sort of subscription. Video doorbell. This is all MyQ. Let's see what they're charging. It's all about those subscriptions, right? I feel like they're charging some kind of subscription. I could be wrong about that. Let's see, learn more. Integration with Amazon. All right. Does anybody use this Amazon in-garage delivery system? Is anybody letting Amazon drivers into their garage? I gotta know. I'm not. So suddenly today it started working after 2 days of not trying anything. Hey, I guess sometimes it pays to be patient, huh? I don't know that. Yeah, sometimes it fixes itself and nothing makes any sense. But I'm glad it's working now. So hopefully it was just a weird little hiccup and you don't experience that issue anymore. Question, when installing the Eve light strip, when pulling the tape, there should be sticky stuff left on the light strip. Mine has sticky stuff on the tape. Sounds like the sticky tape there is kind of messed up or maybe old or something. You should definitely have sticky tape on the light strip. Just like, let's see here. I've got one. This is a piece of Nanoleaf one right here, or an extension, I think. Let's see. Oh, I might as well use my other cam. Oh, is it frozen? Well, I think my other camera froze. Yeah, I guess it froze. All right. Anyways, but yeah, you peel off. You should have sticky tape right there. That's pretty much the same for all of the light strips. Sam says you should have good news with your thread issues soon. Oh, okay, Sam. Thank you for the super chat, Sam. And Sam seems to know something that I don't know, so I hope that's a good thing. Maybe we'll have some issues resolved. So Sam, I know, does some work behind the scenes with some thread accessories. So that's good. I sure hope I have some good news with my thread issues soon. That reminds me too, guys. I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, but I meant to. If I didn't, I did put a link. I think I did forget to mention this. There is a discount code down below. I think, let me know if I didn't put that in the description, but there should be a discount code for, I think it was 15% off for the 2.0 smart home button. And I don't have, it's actually stuck to my wall right now. So this is, here, I'll pull up the website. Let's see if I can find it. But yeah, 15% off. It's a Matter smart home button. I try to get you guys discounts as much as I can. I did a video on this because this was the first, here it is. This was the first smart home button that supports Matter over Thread. And there's a discount now to get 15% off this. I got a special discount code just for, you know, my followers and subscribers. So you guys definitely utilize that. I think it's good for like another month or so. But if you've been wanting a smart home button, maybe you want to try out Matter. It does support Thread. So hopefully you're not having issues with your Thread network like mine. But you can take advantage of that down below. Michael says, 2.0, we got one upon your recommendation. Using by front door, open, close garage door. Oh, very cool. Super handy. Awesome. Nice. Yeah, I love to hear how people are using the little buttons. There's so many things you can do with them. Thank you. Super Johnny UK says, yes, the link for 2.0 is in the description. So I did remember to put it there. Good. Yeah, so if you want another one, Michael, you know, there's a 15% discount off. Right now, you can use that discount code and save you a little bit of money there. Maybe get another one to control something else. Yeah, I've got mine. I love it's the magnetic, you know, plate to that one. Just it's so satisfying to snap it back onto the wall. I have mine mounted on a wall near my light switches. So, question. Gosh, my thing here. Okay. Do you have backup for your router and HomeKit hub? If so, which kind? Oh, battery backup. Sorry. No, I don't actually. This is one of the things, Gordon, that is on my list. I am hoping to get, I've been wanting to get a UPS uninterrupted power supply for my router and just for like my network rack area. I have not done that yet. That is definitely on my list of things to do. I don't have battery backup for my HomeKit hubs or anything like that. I don't anticipate doing that. I don't really have a lot of issues though with like power loss and, you know, things like that here. But I do want to get one just to keep the router running and stuff like that in the, you know, if we do have a little short interruption or something like that. But I don't currently. Alexis says, I'm really enjoying the Omnis thread button. It hasn't missed a beat since I got it. Poor quality, great performance. Awesome. Well, I'm glad to hear that. I mean, not glad to hear. I've got that button. I don't think you can see it. It's just sitting off over there by that chair. The 5-button switch by Onvis. I probably couldn't agree more with this here. Poor quality, great performance. It does feel kind of cheap. You know, it's not the greatest quality on that Onvis thread button, but you know, it supports thread, which is cool, and it has 5 buttons on there, so really nice. But it's just not the most elegant looking button you can buy. So good to hear your experience with that too has at least been working well. Very cool. Let's see. Frederick says, how was your vacation and time with family? Oh, thanks, Frederick. It was good. I did just a quick little trip with the wife to Charleston over the weekend, and, you know, hung out with some friends, went to a concert, went to go see my grandpa again, like I mentioned earlier in the stream, and got his light strip put up, had dinner with him. Actually, my parents were in town during that too, so got to go have a nice lunch with my grandpa and my parents and my wife. It was good. Really enjoyed that. One more question. Do you pay subscription to Abode Security to use the app only or use it through HomeKit? I have to update my Nest Secure and don't want a subscription. That's a good question. So I've been using Abode for a long time. So before you can use it without a security, without the paid subscription. That's how I'm using mine. I don't have it, you know, the paid monitoring and all that stuff. That's just, I prefer not to, but I do have the option where I can get that anytime I want to. You can kind of cancel it anytime if you want to, if you're traveling or whatever, you can do that. But yeah, I don't do that typically. And let's see the other part of the question. Do you use the app only or use it through HomeKit? I use a combination. So I do use the app sometimes. They actually have really nice little widgets that you can put like on your home screen for the security system and stuff. So I use that fairly often, but I do also use HomeKit a lot for it. I have some buttons, some smart home buttons set up, you know, some that are hidden and things like that can turn on or off the alarm system. And I also use it in some of my scenes and stuff like that to arm the system and things like that. So I kind of use a combination there of the app and in HomeKit. One of the few apps actually that I do use outside of HomeKit, but I do most of the stuff through HomeKit, but I do like to use, like I said, those app widgets are pretty handy to use as well sometimes. So, all right, guys, with that, I want to thank you all for hanging out with me for the past hour or so. It's always fun talking about smart home stuff. Really excited as we're getting closer and closer to September. Hopefully we're going to have some more good stuff to talk about here in the near future. And hopefully next week I will have a solution to all of my thread issues. And I don't know, maybe I'll be able to report back on what has been going on, but I'm going to keep at it. Hopefully get it figured out. And new video coming out this Sunday. New videos every Sunday. Live streams every Wednesday right here. Same time. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. And I hope you have a great rest of your day and a great rest of your week. We'll see y'all later. God bless.